Howdy, friends. Grab your favorite beverage. It's time for the Sunday morning spread from Cards of Life. Hey, happy Sunday. Brian Noe from Cards of Light with you for our energy reading for the week to come. We will go to the tarot table in just a bit for that, but I wanted to share with you this time some of the books that I have been reading so far in 2025. I got really interested in magical books, books about the craft and all of that kind of stuff this year. So I've kind of been reading a wide variety of things, and some of them I've finished and some of them I haven't yet. But I thought I'd share just a few titles that have been my favorites so far this summer. And then I'd also like to hear in comments what you've been reading, if you've read any of these particular books, your thoughts on them. But anyway, the first is The Green Witch's Guide to Herbal Magic. And this is by Annabelle Margaret. She is the Green Witch on YouTube. And it's called A Handbook of Green Hearthcraft and Plant-Based Spellcraft. And this is just a delightful book. I've been watching her YouTube channel. I made her violet syrup this spring, and that was super fun and turned out really well. And also did some burning of herbs at the solstice to kind of commemorate that and everything that was prompted by her, and that was super fun. It just cool ways to incorporate kind of thoughtful seasonal practices into your life. And anyway, super cool book, Green Witch's Guide to Herbal Magic, and would highly recommend that one. Also, Kellyanne Maddox, Rebel Witch. Just finished this one not too long ago. And the subtitle is Carve the Craft That's Yours Alone. And I just love her approach. I have been someone in my life who has been, and I'm pushing 70 now, so this is a long-standing habit. I have been hung up a lot of times in my life on authority and on lineage and that kind of stuff, and making sure following practices right down to the letter and all of that. There is value, certainly, and I don't think that Kellyanne would disagree with this. There is value in learning kind of the traditional or proper way to do certain practices. But ultimately, we need to make those practices our own. And I think this applies to religion. This certainly applies to, witchy practices and those sorts of things. I think that we should think for ourselves. We should think deeply. We should study well and that kind of stuff. But ultimately, we need to do what is satisfying to our souls, satisfying to our minds, and brings us closer to our deepest spiritual selves. And so that's what this book is kind of all about, I think. That's the way I would describe it anyway, Rebel Witch. So again, another one that I would highly recommend. And I've got two going now that I haven't finished yet. One is Frankie Castaneda's Spells for Change, and she is Chaotic Witch Aunt on YouTube. And this is another delightful book. It is written for someone who is just kind of beginning to delve, and covers a wide range of topics and all of that kind of stuff, and just super cool. And if you go to her website, you can actually get an autographed version of this. So really nice and cool book, and enjoying it so far, and looking forward to finishing that. And then, this book, Lon Milo Duquette's new one, Tarot Architect, How to Become the Master Builder of Your Spiritual Temple. And this is just really, really good. His book on the Thoth Tarot has been really important as I have worked with that deck and have been learning that deck. And this book is an even deeper dive into the Kabbalah, the Hermetic Kabbalah, and just excellent book. I'd heard some of his lectures on YouTube that touched on some of these subjects over the years. But this is just fantastic. And again, highly recommend. I'm only maybe about a quarter of the way through this so far, but just really super good. Tarot Architect from Lon Milo Duquette. So what have you been reading? Leave me comments here. And if you would, while you're here too, feel free to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Give this video a like if you're enjoying it. That will help out the channel and help this content to reach more people. So looking forward to your thoughts on all of this. Well, let's go to the table now for our tarot reading for the week to come. Okay, we're going to do a quick little 3-card reading for this week. I'm messing up my altar cloth here. Okay, for something to stop doing, we have the Two of Wands. Something to keep doing, we have the Eight of Cups. And something to start doing, we have the Eight of Swords. So 3 pip cards from 3 different suits, 2 eights, and a 2 this time around. Let's try and get these straightened up just a little bit here. Okay. So something to stop doing, we have the Two of Wands. And this card is about decisions. And at the very beginning of a process or a project or something along those lines, this is where we're kind of at a point where we have to make a decision. We're maybe creating partnerships and that kind of stuff at this point too, but we're making some kind of choices about how to move forward. And I think that the message here is it's time to move on now from whatever. If we've been ruminating about something, if we've been agonizing over a decision, it's time to just make a decision and move forward. We get to this, the middle here, something to continue doing. And we have the Eight of Cups, which is styled indolence here in the Thoth deck. And I always think of this card as the card of being at a point where we're about ready to just let something go and move on forward. And so it's not just laziness. It is about deciding that that it is not worth continuing down a particular path. And lots of times it can be about abandoning something that we've really been maybe putting a lot of effort and energy into, that we're just about to see some results from all of that, but we let it go. We're just not into it anymore, and we're just done and moving on. This can also, though, be the card of recovery. It can be the card of leaving behind things that are no longer serving us well. So coming as it does in this position in the spread of something to keep doing, I would say that this is a call to re-examine the kind of pros and cons of whatever it is that we have been working on with this situation over here, and to make a decision about whether or not it is worth even continuing with whatever that is, or if there is something in our life that is just not serving us well anymore, recognizing that and taking steps to change and to move towards a more positive future. So a little bit difficult to interpret these, but I think that this is telling a story so far along those lines. So it's time, the time for decision making is over. We need to make a decision now, but we also need to make that decision in the context of what we're leaving behind us, and what we would be best served by just kind of cutting loose here. Then we get to this Eight of Swords over here, styled interference in this deck. And I think of this as being about blind spots and about our decisions and our energy being bound up uh, in not being able to see the forest for the trees. And we just need to take the blindfold off, and we will see clearly the path ahead. And that is a simple thing to do, but it is a difficult thing to do. It's simple, but not always easy. If we knew our blind spots, we would see through them. So it takes a little bit of introspection sometimes, and the courage to take a breath, step back, and say, okay, let me look at the big picture here. What am I missing? And then getting a clear idea moving forward. This is Jupiter in Gemini in this particular card. And again, in suits of the mind here with swords. So being of two minds, this overall spread is really about someone who is maybe obsessing over the minute details, not stepping back and looking at the big picture without preconceived notions and without blinders on, and letting go of whatever isn't serving us anymore and getting things moving forward. Whether this is a project at work or whether it is something going on in our personal lives, the message is quite clear. It is time to look at the big picture and get moving forward. Quit procrastinating, quit looking at this aspect, that aspect, back and forth, on, and take a breath, take a look at the big picture, see what isn't serving us well anymore, and move forward. So that is the message that I would take from these cards for the week to come. Well, so that was an interesting one this week with the 3 pip cards, and I love this art of reading tarot. I love that you can find a story. These 3 cards were sort of in positions that would make it daunting to say, oh, well, let's quit doing this, let's keep doing this, let's start doing this. But when you look at them and their relationship to each other and the story that they tell laid out together like that, that is what makes the art of reading tarot so rewarding and so much fun. And I hope you got something out of the reading. If it resonates with you in any way, I'd love to hear from you. You can, again, leave comments here with the video, or you can visit the weblog at atarotjourney.com. That's got my contact information if you would like to email me. I think that will do it for this week. We will be back again next week. And in the meantime, I hope you have a lovely week. And as always, I wish you peace. Take care of yourself.